All right, best segment ever. Dalton's Hot Corner. Put some more money in your pocket. We actually got through the show a little bit quicker than I thought we would. But Dalton's Hot Corner, what do you have for us, bud?
Yeah, so I've got a futures bet tonight, and I touched on it a little bit earlier.
Yay.
I talk a lot in this segment of the show about finding opportunities to buy low and sell high, and to do the opposite of what the Padres do with their player personnel.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves are finally where we want them. When we had this conversation 9 days ago, the Atlanta Braves were still minus 150 to win the American League East. And I told you, hey, let's watch that number move a little bit before we bet it.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves at FanDuel are now plus 165 to win the NL East, as the Philadelphia Phillies have moved to an absurd minus 220. The Phillies have been awesome, but they ain't played nobody. Right? They just they've been awesome, but they haven't played a team who came into the series with a winning record since the opening series of the season when they played the Atlanta Braves, who I guess also entered that season 0-0, or that series 0-0.
Yeah.
So the Phillies have been awesome, but the Braves are only 5.5. I think it is games back.
Yeah, they're 5.5.
The Braves, in my opinion, should still be a small favorite to win that division. Baseball is not like football. Like losing Ronald Acuna Jr. is not like losing Aaron Rodgers. It's also not like losing LeBron James. This is like a single baseball player simply cannot have that large of an impact on a line. I think the Braves are still the better team than the Phillies. I think that will show as the season goes along. So getting them at plus 165, I think, is a great low point to invest in the Braves to win the National League East. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to argue it beyond that, right? I mean, you're talking about getting $1.50 back on a team that I think should win it. So,
well, it's kind of going back to what we were discussing before. I mean, listen, losing Ronald Acuna could be interpreted, I guess, as a big deal, but given the production that he was giving you this year, I mean, that's not hard to replace with something better with that level of production. It just isn't. And it's hard to say because it's a player of the caliber of Acuna who just won an MVP last year, who just had an unbelievable season last year. It's hard to kind of say that without kind of like stumbling on your words, but it's true. He was hitting 250 at 4 homers. Like this season was not going well for him, and that's not going to be, I don't think, hard for the Braves to replace, whether it's in-house or whether it's through the trade market with, I don't know, like you said, maybe Jorge Soler, or maybe, I don't know, Jorge Soler, or I don't know, throw this out there, maybe a Jorge Soler, just throwing stuff to the, seeing if it sticks.